As soon as I started using my Sailrite fabricator, I could see the quality and value that I was adding to the products we make. Just as quickly, I knew that my Homestyle's zigzag machine needed to be replaced, and I knew just where to get it. This is the LSZ-1 version of the Ultrafeed. There's no computerized anything in these machines. Because they're so well made, the controls are responsive and it's easy to dial in this kind of stitch you want. The controls on Sailrite machines are refreshingly simple. This lever lets you select the needle position, center, left, or right. With this lever centered, you can use the one next to it and control the width of the zigzag stitch. And below that is the lever that controls the stitch length and forward and reverse. And you can use this control while the machine's operating. You can use the top and bottom adjustable stops to change the stitch length. Sailrite uses cog belts to eliminate any slip in their machines. Rather than use a compression clutch, they developed this posi pin. Take the pin out and you can operate the machine, but the needle doesn't move. You do this for winding bobbins and so forth. When you're done, you can take the posi pin and put it back into the hole through the flywheel that engages the flange behind it. And that means that once again, there's no slip. Speaking of cog belts, there's two of them. These pulleys give the machine a reduction and it develops lots of power. This is a standard Ultrafeed 10th horsepower motor that acts like it's about a quarter horse. The thread path on the Ultrafeed is very traditional and includes a simple pin type thread guide. The bobbin winder is very basic, but it works very well. There is no knee lift on this machine. You use this lever to raise the presser foot. I had to use the Ultrafeed a few times to keep from beating my knee on the side of the table trying to raise the presser foot. The metal covers on the top and left side of the machine are made to come off easily. The covers come off for cleaning and oiling, but I kind of like just looking inside anyway. I like seeing lots of nicely machined steel and iron and no wires. I like using a machine that I don't have to program and that doesn't think it's smarter than I am. The steel and iron theme run across the bottom of the machine as well. This tilting also gives you easy access for oiling and cleaning. I have to admit that seeing an old school upright bobbin gave me a little concern. It turns out that when you make this right, it works great. And I can say this is the first stand-up bobbin I've ever had that wasn't a pain in the butt. I bought the basic LSZ-1 package and it comes with this carved wooden base. This base is nicely made and very heavy. But I already had a solid work table, so I set my machine into that. I used the hinges that came with the machine when I installed it in the table so I can just flip it up. Those hinges mean I don't have to take the machine out of the table to clean and lube it. Sailrite puts a lot of time, energy, and money into making the best instruction manuals I've ever seen with a sewing machine. They also have a slew of videos available for each machine on their site that explains just about everything you're ever going to need to know. This image shows you the bottom of the machine and where all you're supposed to put a couple of drops of oil. The most important feature of this entire machine is this true mechanical walking foot. I've gone through dozens of walking foot attachments for regular sewing machines and none of them even come close to this. The feed dogs, presser foot, and the needle all work together to move the thread positively. There simply is no slip, so the stitches are very consistent. The fact they figured out how to do this with a zigzag stitch is a little scary. They even include this sample piece that they used when testing the machine. All Sailrite machines are assembled and tuned before they are shipped to you. And yes, it sews right through that many layers and doesn't even think about it. If you work with multiple layers of fabric and you're just tired of playing around with those walking foot attachments, you need to check out the LSZ-1.